We're good to go.
All right. Uh, Good morning, everyone, to everyone who has joined us right now. Thank you for joining in. The topic for today's session is engage effectively, deliver fast, and report accurately with D365. The speaker for today's session is Samir, who will be helping you for any question and answers that you have during the session. Please put them in the Q&A tab, which is on the left-hand side. We will also be sharing the recording of the session at the end. Samir, over to you, please.
Thank you, Rakesh. Good morning, team. Thank you so much for your time for joining in today and giving your 1 hour of your time from your calendar. My name is Samir and I represent Amitech DMCC. We are a Microsoft leading partner with Microsoft for Dynamics 365 range of ERP solutions and Microsoft CRM space. Today's session is primarily to highlight the features of Dynamics 365 Business Central, which is a cloud-based ERP from Microsoft, and exploring different industries, different features which can be helpful to different domains in the region, right? So let's start here. Before I go in the presentation, a couple of my colleagues are already there. They will be noting down all the questions which you might have, as Rakesh indicated earlier. Please type your questions, and towards the end of the session, we will keep 10 minutes to address these queries, and then we would reach out to each one of you individually also. Okay, thank you. So we will be covering the next 15 minutes. I'll take a bit to highlight what we are, and then we go to the agenda of the webinar. Okay, that's where it is. We as AMI, we started back in India in 2012, and we are a good 45 strong team on Microsoft Dynamics ERP, CRM, and Power Platform range of applications. From an experience perspective, we have fairly large deployments in the region, in GCC, in India, in Africa, across all three platforms. Especially Business Central is where we are pretty strong in fintech, construction, project-oriented industries, retail, manufacturing, as and automotive services. Right, we have done fairly good implementations in education sector also. I'll be highlighting that during the next course of my presentation. Business Central. While the term is not very new to all of you, the product was earlier coined as Microsoft Dynamics Navision, and the product has been in inception since 1983. Before Microsoft acquiring it. Business Central in the region came around 2.5 years back, which was targeted very specifically to small and medium level businesses. When I say SMB, that doesn't mean that it is only for companies who are 2, 5, 10 users. The scalability is amazing for Business Central, and the best part is we do not have the minimum subscription limit. We can start as low as a 1 user subscription and grow, scale up with different line of businesses, different legal entities, different geographies, multi-currency, all these operations, right? So within Business Central, the financials, supply chain, customer service and CRM, and project management, all sort of domains are pretty much covered in the standard application, as you see in this graph. And the interface, it's not that we are representing Microsoft or we are pitching about Business Central. It is all available in open space. That Business Central and Microsoft technologies, they have the most adaptable user interface in these suite of products, right? They simply kill out the competition across here. Why Business Central? When I say a single comprehensive solution for small and mid-sized businesses, I established the background in my previous slide. It is trusted by 160,000 customers worldwide, which is quite a lot. And spanning these customers based on the different BOQ licenses, this much users are pretty currently using Business Central as we speak. The best part is it is deployed on Microsoft Azure platform. So once the subscription is undertaken by a customer, there is absolutely no headache of maintaining any on-premise server, backup, disaster recovery, security policies, database, SQL, anything. All comes bundled within Microsoft Azure hosting platform, and it is all inclusive in the per month, per user licensing cost. As I mentioned earlier, there is no minimum user requirements. People can start onboarding to Business Central from even one user, right? And the user mechanism in the system is not limited to module wise. I'll cover that in next point. The users are available at USD 8, 70, and $100 a user a month. It is imperative for me to explain the user licensing in the beginning as we go along. You see that there are only three types of users available. For example, the $8 one is typically for management users who will have the visibility to see to see all the reports, all the dashboards, all the data in the system. In addition, they can also approve all kind of documents in the system. So this is typically a management user, the CEOs, the owners, the MDs of the company. USD 70 per user a month is a licensed BOQ for companies who are into supply chain, trading companies, service companies, right? Wherein this user can do anything and everything in the financials, the basic bookkeeping, the asset management, cash and banks, cash flow forecast, cost accounting, right? And then maintaining the inventory across multiple locations, selling, buying, returns, maintaining replenishments, everything. And also it covers the projects module also. So companies who are into these trading domains, supply chain domains and project service domains, they are entitled under USD 70 license. The USD 100 license, right? This is pretty much applicable for the companies who are into complex manufacturing, and they're into after sales service, right? For example, when I gave the introduction earlier, the companies who are into automotive workshops and after sales service, they come under the 100 USD listing. And the user terminology here, for example, even if we take two users of 100 USD each, they are open to see any module, every module in the system. The roles and rights are something which we, take care during the implementation. And rapid deployment cycle. This is where I want to highlight. As AMI, we have delivered projects in less than 5 weeks on Business Central. Most of them, right? That's what it is. So our methodology is very, very different from the traditional ERP implementations methodology. Most of our customers are up and running on Business Central in maximum 6 weeks time. That's what it is. And it is proven. All the customers speak is available on this. Whenever a customer chooses for an ERP solution, right? That is to immediately address the requirements of having all my departments on board to one single solution. But will that suffice your reporting requirements and analysis requirements? To a great extent, yes. But what if once you have the magnitude of data available with you, the lake, then all of a sudden the users thrive and for more. That's where the Power BI concept from Microsoft, the Power BI, the business intelligence tool from Microsoft, is also embedded in the system. When I say embedded, is the Power BI windows, the Power BI graphs will be available right in your Business Central window. Last but not the least, since it is Microsoft platform, so all the legacy Microsoft applications, the reports from Business Central can be shot out directly, scheduled directly to Outlook. It has collaboration with Teams we all use. Any legacy application plus open source integration to any third-party applications also. REST APIs are definitely available, right? Very, very open source. That's a fair background about Business Central. Any questions here? Please, you're welcome to type in that chat window. We'll be addressing that. Again, to highlight, it is not only for small and mid-sized businesses, right? You see, multi-company, multi-currency, and multi-language support. In a particular subscription, once you enroll on the Business Central, the system allows you to open any number of legal entities across any geographies, multi-currency operations, right? The consolidation and group level financial reporting and intercompany transactions are there. In the SMB space, this is the only ERP solution which gives you artificial intelligence enabled cash flow and material forecast. It gives you those graphs and recommendations once it has enough heuristical data to support that, right? Also, the application comes with predefined, departmental function-wise user profiles. That means for my accounting manager, for my CFO, for my CEO, for my procurement head, for my service head, for my sales order dispatcher, a warehouse worker, everybody has got neat looking, very, very informative charts right the moment they log into the system. Okay. Sorry. From a, from a holistic view, these are the areas which are covered in Business Central. We have financials covering the basic bookkeeping, banks, asset, listing, sales and service, the CRM, from CRM inquiry management to service side of it, project management, supply chain, production, and final reportings and analytics with dashboards and better intelligence. Microsoft Suite. From an ERP perspective, yes, we are right. We all, will get on board to one or another ERP solution depending upon the requirement, depending upon, the timelines, depending upon the complexity of our business. But why Microsoft, right? Because it's just not the ERP which will solve your purpose. Out of whatever number of, guests we have today, I believe 80% of them, that's what I believe, will have Microsoft in at least 5 of these areas. When it comes to teamwork, we mostly use Teams. The security side of it, Azure. Sales and service, report deployment. So Microsoft is not talking about only ERP side of it. We have the whole list of, connected framework, which Microsoft is terming, and we believe it's right. It's called digital transformation of any company. I don't know much about, other gentlemen present here. I'm logged in through a Windows laptop here using Outlook and Office 365. We use Power BI for this. We use Azure for our, database hosting. So, all these components are pretty much from a single service provider, which is Microsoft. That gives great leverage and great leeway for for a digital transformation for any enterprise of any magnitude. That's where the Microsoft suites and extensions comes into picture. I'm sure most of you will agree to this part. On top of that, the ERP application or whatever standalone applications you might use, they can be further enhanced for people who are, on field, disconnected from the organization, using Power BI, Power Apps, and Power Automate platforms, right? Wherein the data connectors are standardly available from Microsoft to be integrated to any kind of third-party solutions and extend your business solutions to mobile apps with zero or very minimal coding required and very minimal dependency upon the solution providers, whoever does the job for you. When we started the webinar, I could see that we have audience from different industries. So it would be very tough on our behalf to speak about one industry as such, right? So what we have done is we have collated all our experience which we have done and which we believe that Business Central from Microsoft can address. That's what it is. Agriculture. Comprehensive for any company who is into agriculture space, right from the soil planning to crop wise or plot wise profitability. We are there to give you those reports, right? Along with in-house maintenance of equipment in this. Automotive sales and services. Companies who run chain of workshops across bikes, automobiles, yachts, anything. We are there to help you with service orders and service contract-wise profitability and optimizing your resources and inventory. Manufacturing, you speak about the industry, let it be discrete, let it be complex, let it be pharma. We are there to help you in getting the manufacturing costing up to date there. When we talk of financial services, companies who are into insurance space, companies who are into NBFC sector, companies who are into social commerce platforms, right? We are there to help you in sorry. We are there to help you in getting financial insights across different revenue streams, across different platforms. Companies who are into education space, running schools, institutes, education centers, nurseries. Business Central acts as a brilliant, back office solution, which can be integrated to your inquiry from your websites. The CRM portion of it can be tweaked to address the entire admission process, school tours, admissions, everything. The back office calculates discounts, rebates, siblings, everything. On top of that, the HR payroll and procurement will help you in streamlining the back office functions. The solution can be integrated to any of the existing school management systems which you might be using currently. When we talk of supply chain, whether it is a notional warehouses, whether it is third-party logistics, whether it is a deep warehouse management, including barcoding tracking, asset tracking, internal warehouse movements, Business Central and Amy's expertise in this domain will help you in optimizing the inventory and with the lead time and replenishment parameters for across your material master with different rate contracts and different lead time supply parameters for different suppliers. Let it be local, let it be import suppliers for that. Companies who maintain internal fleet with respect to trucks, low flatbed trailers, or any other kind of equipments, we will ensure that their fleet operations are always up to date and always up to mark, having internal workshops, external workshops, preventive maintenance, right? And equipment-wise profitability. That's what we are looking. Companies who are into working closely in oil field sectors, rig move sectors, we are there to help you to attain activity-based costing and minimize the revenue loss, keeping your equipments in shape and meeting those SLAs requirements as per the contracts with oil field companies. That's where the experience comes. So not only this, apart from this, various other industries we have served, but this is where I have collated all the industries, try to collate. Yeah. Best part is application overview. I'm jumping here now to the next slide. Wherever you use this application, let it be your laptop, let it be your tab, let it be your mobile phone, iOS, Android, whatever. As an end user, you will always get that similar, consistent interface with the same profile, same chart, same dashboards, everything what your profile is supposed to do. So you can pretty much operate and have the control of your business wherever you are. It is purely cloud-based offering. So no need of having a VPN or static IP, other things in place. Simply log into the application through a device of your choice, and all your business information is on your fingertips at all times. Use your mobile device to approve documents. Use your mobile device to quickly collate with your team, right? That's where it is. So a consistent, smooth, very easy to use interface across all your devices. That's where Business Central goes very, very heavily. Now, coming on the reporting side of it, generate data to action. Yeah, this slide is a slightly reverse slide. We need to start from the last portion of it, which is static reports. We all use some kind of systems for our, business support systems or operational support systems or financial reporting systems. And, depending upon different departments, different users keying in, making transactions, committing transactions, approving them day in, day out. And on a specific period of interval, we see static reports. Okay, this is what we have done in terms of performance, in terms of sales, in terms of other analysis which we might to do. But this is fine. We all want to see reports. That is static reports. This used to happen 10 years back. Then came the concept of interactive dashboards, so that I should not see a report, let's say after 15 days of what happened. I should have a kind of visibility at all times. Okay, dashboards, why did it happen? Where are we standing? Can I take corrective measures, right, to do that? This pretty much all systems, most of the systems today will give you. Predictions is something wherein Business Central comes from in the AI perspective. Yes, if the system senses that a particular item is fastly depleting because of the sudden rise in sales demand, it will immediately highlight you. Right? It will also highlight you to change the safety stock parameters of this particular item. And on top of that, it gives you recommendations. The top two lines is something very specifically, beautifully addressed in Business Central. Recommendations and predictions. Interactive dashboards and static reports, any XY system will give, and they are meant to give that. The top two lines is something which helps you in decision support, backed up by AI to AI algorithms in Business Central. So journey from data to action. Data, every system, any system will capture. Reports, any system, every system will give. Recommendations and predictions is something we are talking heavily about. Okay. When I say engage effectively, for any business, whether the business lines are trading, whether the business lines are on banking, NBFC, service, education, any business, customer acquisition and customer engagement is the first thing, right? Unless and until we are a B2C space where we have enough word of mouth and I'm getting repeat customers, but there is definitely a sales cycle, short or long, depends upon the industry. So the CRM actions, CRM module in the system helps you in getting in tracking and the inquiries, the new contacts, nurturing those leads, maintaining those in different segmentation, maintaining those in different, industrial classification, shoot out periodic, emailers, and keep nurturing those leads till the time we see a prospect to see them as a prospective, business from these leads, right? So the CRM module here will help you in segmentation. There's query based criteria wherein we can continuously improve and lead scoring in this particular module here. That's where offer flexible pricing and discounting. When it comes to business, one size does not fit all. As a business owner, I would like to have a preferential pricing for few of my customers. I might also have preferential pricing for a particular set of customers depending upon the industry or the volume they are giving. I would also like to have the time by time stamp based discounting, right, or a seasonal promotions, right. All these, the price lists, the discounting, the customer grouping, less than 5 minutes your sales team can upload this and get it going in the system, right. So the new customers who are getting onboarded to our application, you can quickly offer the price list, the preferential pricing, everything through this flexible pricing and discounting module in the system, right. If you pay a little attention here, we have customer price groups. All customers are specifically to a campaign which we are launching through the CRM side of it, right. That's where it would be so nice that my sales team needs not to refer back to my ERP solution when it comes to at least getting the first level information of the customer whom I am interacting with you. So Business Central is available as a window within Outlook also, right? So what happens here is the customer or the contact registered in Business Central, there is an email ID associated to it. And as and when the sales team tries to engage with this customer via an email tool, Outlook, the moment it finds the contact there, it immediately gives you this sales history and the aging and everything right in your Outlook window, right? So that it gives you insight there and then whether to engage further with this customer. Is there kind of something blocked here, or what is the outstanding balances? All that information which helps the salesperson in deciding what course of action to take here. So pretty much from Outlook, you can manage 40% of our sales. Okay, that's it. Service. In the initial introduction, I spoke a little about the service module, wherein post sales service in terms of equipments or any other services we talk about here, the system offers a very, very tight tracking of dispatch board, wherein all the service orders listed in the system will give you alerts and will help you in committing the right date to your customers, because it works tightly with the inventory management portion, wherein for a particular service order, if component A, B, C are required, if component A and B are not available in inventory, it will immediately highlight, and it will also give you a notification that component A and B are not there. While A is something which system believes that you can source locally based on the previous transactions, but component B is something which is something we import all the time, and the safety lead time is 4 days. Automatically on your service order as a customer commitment, it will give you that this particular service assignment can be carried over in the next 5 days. Also, it before committing to the customer, it also looks at your resource calendar and whether you have components ABC in stock. But what if the resources who are supposed to do this task are not available and they are fully booked for the next week? So live up to your service promises. System will always help you in committing the right and accurate date in the services side of it. Inventory and warehousing. Whether we maintain inventory across one single location or across distributed locations or third-party logistics, the inventory tracking and replenishment based on the serial number, lot number, batch number with multiple costing methods and replenishment trackers help you in first, while you commit to the customers through your sales cycle. It also gives you alerts on expiry date calculations. Both expiries tracking are available mechanisms. One is based on the standard expiry date calculations of the fast moving of the products, which is, let's say, 2 years from the date of manufacturing. That's one. That sometimes might not help very specifically in FMCG industry. Other is expiry date calculations from the date the stock has come to our inventory, right? So both sides of triggers readily available. It will also, furnish some kind of discounts suggestions if the expiry dates are approaching near. Okay, that's where. And for any item or a category of item or a group of items, it will always give you a forecasted window of what is currently on hand. What is the projected availability, keeping in mind the sales demand, keeping in mind the projected purchase demand, keeping in mind the projected service or component level demand, if in case your company is into manufacturing or after sales service. The system will help you in automating the stock replenishment. When I say automating, it will be a little extravagant to expect from the system that it will generate POs automatically. Yes, it can still do that, but it needs a little manual intervention. But keeping in mind the demand forecasting, system will autofill. System has the capability to autofill your stock replenishment worksheets, right? Wherein it will suggest you this particular item is to be met. There is enough sales demand for this item, and these criteria need to be met by, let's say, 20th of this month. So we need to place the order by today, by tomorrow maximum, keeping in mind the lead times calculation to procure this item, right? Sometimes the companies, the organizations are into, the workshops or, internal manufacturing units. System can help you. System can suggest what are the bought out items which you need to purchase by the default supplier set in the system, keeping in the lead time. System can also help you in creating an assembly or production order directly so that your shop floor comes into action and gets it going because we have committed something to the customer for this item's delivery. If you pay attention closely here, you see some terms called alternative supply item substitutes. While defining a material code in the system also helps you in selecting substitutions. If this item doesn't go through, or if this item is of this material code is shortfall in inventory, is there something else which we can, substitute with? Maybe on a lower cost. We can speak to the customer and do that because the other substitute is always available in my inventory, right? At that particular moment of time. So those recommendations system will keep giving you at all stages, while registering a purchase order, while registering a sales quote, while registering a sales order, anything, right? Or even an assembly or a production order, right? That's what it is. When it comes to warehouse management, the system comes with the features of zone, bin, shelf level planning, and the replenishment parameters work effectively at each of these, sub-zone, bin, and shelf level planning also. It will give you the alerts and it will help you in replenishment at zone levels also. Financial reporting. Why Why do we choose to have a complete ERP system in place? Because to see where do we stand financially, eh, sorry, where do we stand as an organization financially, operationally, and to track and monitor performance, especially financially in the system. Before I talk more on this scenario here, the system comes with unlimited dimensions, financial dimensions to analyze. For example, the your company, which is based on in UAE, serves customers across different territories. The territories can be within UAE, geographical spread. We can take, let's say, Emirates wise. Your company also serves customers internationally across GCC. Some customers in Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, the same. Your company also serves customers to different let's say industry types. Your company also does it on different projects in different divisions on different cost centers. So all the P&L revenue side, P&L side of ledgers can be mapped in the system with any number of dimensions. So we can set up in the system that every time I'm making out a sales invoice, I'm making a sales invoice, it should carry the customer's geographical territory, which can be location as a dimension. It should carry customer's industry group, agriculture, mechanical, government. It should carry the project code, so that based on any of these dimensions, system will be in a position to give you project-wise P&L, region-wise P&L, business unit-wise P&L, anything, right? That's where it is. So one is to analyze my business based on the revenue streams which my company offers. For example, we at AMI, we manage it through the consulting services of Business Central, consulting services of SharePoint, consulting services of Power Apps, CRM like this. But which all customers, which all geographies, which are size territories I have offered, all those analysis in the system can be done through financial dimensions. And I will reiterate, there is unlimited number of financial dimensions which you can use to record the transactions, and you can report your financials, P&L, balance sheet, ratio analysis, budget versus actuals, cash flow projections, revenue analysis across territory, across business unit, across division, across project, across cost center, anything and everything, right? That's what it is. This window seems familiar to all of us. I think Microsoft Teams. As I said earlier, I showed you a screen wherein my sales team was able to, at least 40% engage with the customer through Outlook window. While your sales team is talking to each other over Microsoft Teams, they can drag and drop the Business Central application and discuss about a particular quotation, particular product, particular transaction within the team space. So all Office 365 collaboration is native, is inbuilt, right? All that can be done. The comments, the attachments, everything can be done from the system, from this interface only. It goes back to Business Central. That's it. So if myself and my sales manager are talking about a particular case, I need not to open Business Central as a separate application and see the details there. The app, the extension is available right inside your Microsoft Teams, which you can use. So this was all about Business Central, what we had to present. I would like to take questions and answers now. I would like to take questions and answers now here. We are ready to address any questions which you might have. Please text so we can address that. I got one. Okay, so there is no separate cost for mobile apps on iOS or Android. It comes standard from Microsoft. And whatever is the user profile attached to that particular user in the application, once they log into the mobile app, they will see the similar interface and the area which they are assigned to. Does that answer your question, sir? I will take the next one. Can we customize as per requirements or it is just out of base? So will the out of box feature of Business Central will help you to a great extent, but for every customer we serve, there is a certain degree of customization which we need to do. For example, the process flows, the workflows, the document prints, the VAT configuration, and other search engines we do customize, and it is very easy to customize and maintain with a little bit of training and enablement. In fact, your internal IT team can also maintain that with very less or little support from us. That's where it is. It is extremely flexible to customize. Uh, so these two questions, I believe they are answered well. Anything else from anyone? Yep, I have one more. How many modules are included? Let me go back to the original slide here, sir. These are the areas which are available in Business Central: financial management, sales and service, which is pure CRM, as well as after sales service; project management, wherein you can define your project, allocate resources, timesheets, materials, sundries expense to your projects and track them. There is a complete supply chain, which is purchase, sales, inventory, warehousing. And under operations, I have my complete production, discrete manufacturing, assembly manufacturing, all that. So we have financial management, we have sales, we have purchase, we have CRM, we have projects and jobs and projects, we have manufacturing, and we have after sales service. All these modules are available in Business Central. I'll take the other question now. So I think I have answered that here. Thank you. What is covered in CRM and how does it different from dynamic CRM? Very interesting question here. The CRM here in Business Central, what happens is it gives you the flexibility or the features to have a contact, which is a prospect listed, segregate that contact in different, industry groups or different segmentations. It also helps you in, assigning a sales cycle to that particular contact once the inquiry is getting registered. It also helps you in making to-do activities or follow-up activities, which gets synced to your Outlook. It also helps you in attaching the sales code, to preparing the sales code, and attaching to that particular inquiry and closing that inquiry as win or lost with a specific reason, right? The difference between this and Microsoft CRM is holistic. While this is a basic CRM module, which is available out of the box in the system, Microsoft CRM is actually a pure CRM, which has at least 50% more features in terms of assigning the leads, the customer insights, the lead scoring mechanism. All that is not available in Business Central. So you can treat Business Central CRM as more of a inquiry management and sales cycle nurturing and win loss analysis by salesperson, by team, by geography, by industry type. All that it will give you. We can actually, once we finish it, once we finish this, we can actually, engage with you one-on-one and show you both the options for your. Okay, thank you. What else do we have from here? License cost is there. I have answered that. Just to reiterate for attendees who have joined late, the license cost, yep, on this slide, for people who might have missed this slide in the beginning, the license cost is available in 3 versions here: USD 8 a user a month, USD 70 a user a month, USD 100 a user a month, right? USD 8 is a management user which has the complete access to all the modules, all the reports, all the dashboards. On top of it, this user can approve transactions in the system. USD 70 subscription is targeted towards the companies who are into financial services, who are into supply chain trading companies, also project-centric companies. So finance management, sales, CRM, purchase, inventory management, and projects management are covered under this particular subscription. The third one, $100 one, companies who are into manufacturing, companies who are into after-sale service. This subscription comes handy in those line of businesses. Do we have something else? Yeah. Yeah. We are okay to take more questions here. Can we see sales and purchase reports in one window? I would need a little more here, sir. Can you explain a little here? Sales and purchase reports in one window. You want to see on one dashboard, on one listing on one side and the other listing on second side. That's what you mean here? So what happens is the standard dashboards which are available, for example, there is a sales manager dashboard. We can, tweak that to have the sales profile and, some cues from purchase profile under one window, and this typically comes for the logistics manager or the order processor warehouse manager profiles, wherein they can see both sides of the business. I think I have some more here. No. Okay. So we'll conclude the session here, and we will, reach out for the feedback individually to all of you who have attended. Thank you so much for your time. Any other questions we would like to address? Else we're done with the session here. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Samir. Thank you so much for your time and a wonderful session. Thank you, everyone, for joining for today's session and answering the questions. Please feel free to reach out to Samir if you have any other queries after the session as well. We will also be sharing the recording with you for the today's session. With that, we conclude. Thank you, Samir. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Bye.